The species are a lot more territorial. As you know that any tortoise species, it means the same gender of the same species is not allowed to be in the same area of a dominant male. Hippo, they fight for territory. The reason behind that, because it has to be one that control the female. It will be only one male that mate with the female only. It happens most in the area like where we are, because there's quite few hippos around here. If you go to the area like East Africa, Luwanga River, where you're gonna witness thousands of hippos. Yes, you may see, the dominance issue, the hierarchy of the hippos pushing each other, but it's a lot more seldom because it's a lot more confusing. It's quite a lot of hippos at the same time, so they tend to be like all living together. So in the area here where we get few hippos around, it's very much practicing to be territorial. It has to push the young males off, because in the area where we are, hippos it's also introduced species. There were, few hippos around in the area, and now the population is growing wild. It felt heading more into north. All these big dams we have in our neighbor farms, we have lots of hippo, up to 18, 20, all in total, which we never experienced that before in 10 years, 15 years back. So also in these water holes there is the lack of rain. If really we have high rainfall, if all these dams are full, you tend to see, at least in this water hole where we are, 5 to 10 hippos. Look at what it's doing there. That is one of the signs to show off that is really it can really cause a serious damage for anything that try to challenge him inside the water. That's a show off, showing his equipment that he have, machine gun, those tucks they have. It's really used to fight or to defend itself for anything else that really become a threat to him. And know that hippo is one of the dangerous animals in Africa. It kills a lot of people, entire Africa as well. The reason behind that, hippo create a pathway he walks, and sometimes people find that they walk at night and come across with hippo on the path that he use in a daily basis. He unlike to run away, especially at night. He would like to challenge, to really get people get killed easy on that way. Some of the people, they just come very close to the water hole or swim in the dams, fish in the dams, where you find that hippo will challenge easily on that way. So you will come to that particular person. Some of them, they're using boat inside the water, so hippo will like to challenge, because it's the only place that you will feel comfortable inside water. So if you really go inside water, that it will be a problem. Now that hippo, it's only animal that's active at night. During the day stays in water. Is one of the reasons why it's easy to get to challenge people, fish and boating inside the water. So he won't go anywhere. He won't come out of the land, of the water, and go up to the land and run away. He easily gonna challenge. And some of the people that get killed is on that way. You have those two tusks underneath and upwards, and really if he get to bite you, it might leave you into two pieces. But more dangerous animal in Africa, of course. It doesn't eat meat. It's only when it comes to defend himself. The francolin in front, very seldom to see. Sometimes this is a Natal francolin. Most of the time you find them in a very rocky area, and it's such a very close to drainage line. It's difficult to see because of the color. It's more black in color. Natal francolin is a lot more common also in the area. Natal, also the crested francolin is very, very common. Sangsong It's one of the francolin that you also find in the area. And also, the shellies, a lot more beautiful francolin, shelly francolin, and also the cocky. Look like, cocky is the most beautiful. It got the brown light color. Look like the animal, the way they walk, very slowly. Right in the road, the male warthog. It seems like there's some warthog that we spotted yesterday wandering one of the pan before we get to see the lions. Look like it's living in the same area or hanging around in the same spot. We're trying to track, the buffalo behind it. Look like the tracks from Chela Pan itself is going down into the drainage line. They might be walking in the middle of the drainage line or lying down somewhere there, which there's no access, it's very, very thick. So we're joining here on this warthog. We're going to talk a little bit more about the warthog. A male warthog is always hanging alone. It's very much territorial. He finds a spot. And really, if a free-going warthog like that, it won't surprise you if you find him underneath a thick bush at night. It happens. Sometimes, commonly, you find warthog, picking the termite that's got burrow and live inside the burrow at night for the security. There's one of the species, it's amazing, once up running, the tail is always up. People, they call it bush Ferrari because of that tail, it's always up. That's for body balance all the time. He really put it up, then he can balance moving through the woodland.
Maybe try to go a bit forward.
Yeah. It is one of the species that preferred by lions and leopards to hunt the most. I've seen before a leopard killing warthog, and also lion going for warthog. Once they got the meat, it's a lot more aggressive. You won't come close by because this is the nicest meat in this part of area where we are. Warthog is one of the good meat for all these predators. It's one of the species that prefer digging roots. As you can see, the nostrils look like shovels. If the ground is very wet or if you get to the soft sand where it's the grass, he likes to dig. He knows with the front feet and digging the root is on that way. It's one of the dangerous animals. Of course, as you can see, those tusks is for protection. It protects itself from predators that hunt them. Hunting warthog, leopards and lions, warthog give them prize. Really can use the tusk to defend itself. It can really cause damage on lions and leopards. Most of the time we can see cheetah going for warthog. Once the warthog turns back, cheetah will run away. He knows that it's a big problem there. You might receive prizes